This episode begins with a woman named Prudence crying and telling her roommate that she could never go on a blind date because she's so miserable. And the reason why she's so miserable is because she has a condition where she can't stop crying. And I'm pretty sure there's a real life illness that causes someone to cry non-stop. Go ahead and look this up right quick. How the hell do you say this word, bro? Persyllable pronunciation.
Pseudobulbar.
Pseudobulbar. Pseudobulbar. Pseudobulbar effect is a condition that's characterized by episodes of sudden, uncontrollable, and inappropriate laughing or crying. Pseudobulbar effect typically occurs in people with certain neurological. Damn, how you say this goddamn word? Like y'all know I'm hood, man. I don't know these big ass words.
Neurological.
Neurological. Hey man, learn something new every day. Neurological conditions or injuries, which might affect the way the brain controls emotions. And make sure you come back for the next lesson in GB's science class.
Science rules.
Her roommate then tries to cheer her up and motivate her to go on this blind date. Her roommate is also kind of snobby, as she doesn't understand Prudence's pain of not being able to stop herself from crying.
Oh, Gretchen, maybe some other time. I just don't want a date.
Another time when? You've been like this your whole life about everything. Why do you always have to be so sad?
Because she has an illness, you doofus. Let's see how miserable and sad you would be if you had pseudobulbar.
Science rules.
Meanwhile, the doorbell starts ringing and Prudence's blind date has arrived. Her roommate is still acting like an a-hole as she continues to try to convince Prudence to go on the blind date.
Feeling schmealings, they're here. Come on. Why does life have to be such a tragedy with you?
Do you think I like feeling like this?
Yes.
I don't.
Damn, bro, her roommate has no kind of sympathy for her. She acting like she doesn't have a whole illness over here. I guess this is what happens when ding dong is on your mind. After this, Prudence then goes for a walk. When she starts walking in an alley, a homeless man harasses her into giving her some cash.
You think I'm crazy, don't you? Want to help me out?
No,
You do,
please.
don't you? Don't you?
Please leave me alone. Here.
Bro, where is RoboCop when you need him? Like, this is the perfect scene in a superhero movie where the superhero comes and saves the day. Cause this man seriously needs his ass whooped. After Prudence runs away from getting ganked, she then runs into a strange man that honestly has the face of a store mannequin. The man calls her by her name, which she doesn't even question.
Wait, Prudence.
Like, how does he know her name? He then tells Prudence that her tears are beautiful and that he's been looking for someone like her.
Your tears are beautiful.
What?
There's so much sadness in the world. You feel it all, don't you?
Who are you?
He then gives her his card and skirts off in an Oldsmobile. Prudence then reads the card, which says,
Ambrose Cavender, collector. Wait. Collector of what?
girl, read the license plate. Your answer is right there. And he also said countless times that he loves your tears. Use your brain, girl. We then cut to the next day, and Prudence has decided to go see the strange tear man. When she enters his residence, she wanders around a bit, and magically the tear man appears out of thin air. He then continues to talk about how much he loves when she cries, and she tells him that she hates the fact that she can't stop crying.
I don't want to cry. I hate it.
And of course he tells her that she shouldn't hate herself for crying, as it makes his Johnson stand at full attention.
You mustn't.
The tear man then tells Prudence to go lie down, and he begins to give her a therapy session. He asks Prudence how long has she been sad, and she answers him by saying that she's been sad as long as she can remember. She then tells him how everyone thinks she's crazy and that she doesn't want a cure for her illness.
I know what they all think, my roommate, all of them. They think I need a psychiatrist. But I don't want a doctor. I don't want pills.
Girl, what you mean you don't want to see a doctor? Like, how many times has this woman has said she hates the fact that she cries so much? Wouldn't that mean that you would have to get some help? Like, she tweaking. The tear man then tells Prudence that she is no longer alone, and he also tells her that her tears are too precious to waste.
Your tears are too precious to waste.
He then begins to collect her tears, all while telling her how much he loves her tears, as he has an entire collection of people's tears. Hence why they call him the tear collector. And why do I feel like I done said the word tear like 1,000 times? After the weird therapy session, Prudence tells the tear man that she feels a lot better, and he tells her the reason she feels better is because she doesn't hate her tears anymore, if that makes any sense. He then slides Prudence some cash and tells her to come back because their work isn't finished. We then cut to the next scene and her roommate has turned into the #1 hater.
Talk about a babe in the woods. I don't believe it. You meet some smoothie on the street, he invites you home, and you actually went? Come on. Tell me he didn't try to put the moves on you.
He didn't. He's not like what you're used to.
Damn, we know exactly what this girl be doing every time she meet a dude. She throws it back instantly as soon as the guy says hi.
He sounds dangerous. God knows what he really wants from you.
Girl, you sound like a hater. And shouldn't you be happy that she's finally out the house and is happy for a change? Okay, yeah, old boy is a supreme weirdo, but at least she's in better spirits. In the next scene, she returns back to the tear collector and he's collecting more of her tears. She then asks him why is he collecting her tears, and he answers her by saying when her vial becomes full, she'll be ready. She then asks what is she gonna be ready for, and he replies to her by saying she'll be ready to smile and live.
Why are you saving my tears?
When your vial is full, you will be ready
Ready to do what?
to smile, to live.
But I don't understand. I mean, I've spent my whole life crying.
Bro, this woman is extremely slow. It's obvious that when the vial fills up, it's going to cure your illness. Like, that's literally what he just said. Maybe all that crying making her slow. If that's the case, then I guess it's cool, but she's still hella slow. He then tells her about this mysterious chemical that comes from tears that hasn't even been scientifically discovered. The tear man tells Prudence that the chemical comes from someplace deep inside the human soul, and with this chemical, the human heart would be able to heal itself. Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, this is going completely over my head right now. And what does this even mean? Does this mean that this man bathes in the tears that he collects because the chemical is so valuable? Ain't no telling what he doing with folks' tears late at night when he in a room by himself with the candles lit and romantic music playing. I don't know, man. Like, this man don't even look human. Boy, look like he about to transform into a reptilian at any second.
So, when my vial is full, I'll be happy?
He then takes her into a room he calls the Chamber of Ancient Sorrows, where he keeps all the tears he's collected. And to be honest, my boy collection looking kinda skeet. I would expect this whole room to be filled with tear vials, the way this man be acting. He then tells Prudence that she would soon join the tear club once her vial gets full. Bro, I wonder what them joints smell like. Do tears even have a smell? Do they start to smell if you keep them locked away in vials? These are some serious questions that need to be answered. Not really. Cause bro, that's weird, bro. We then cut to the next scene where Prudence's roommate is continuing with her haterism as Prudence is now in a good mood. Her roommate finds $500 in a drawer that was given to Prudence by the weird tear man.
$500? Hey, Prue, where'd this come from?
I just didn't want you to...
It's from that guy, isn't it? What exactly are you doing for him, Prue?
Girl, mind your damn business. Like, this is a whole grown woman over here. If she doing strange things for strange change, then that's her business. She keeping up with her side of the bills, ain't she? Well, alright then. Shut your goddamn trap. But after this, Prudence randomly shows up in the tear man's house, and he's instantly put off by this. He tells her that he didn't expect her to come to his house until tomorrow, but she isn't there to cry, as she's starting to like the weird tear man on a personal level. He basically tells her that this ain't that type of party, as he only wants one thing, and that one thing is her tears. Nothing more, nothing less. In order to keep his interest, she tells him that she'll try to cry for him, and y'all already know that this gets him instantly excited. When they enter the cry room, she stops and tells him that she just wants to talk.
Couldn't we just talk?
He then responds by saying,
I'm afraid not. Perhaps it would be best if you came back another time.
damn, that boy cold-blooded. Like, he literally using and abusing this girl. She over here falling in love, and he ain't having it. He like, I'm only here for the tears, bitch. He then asks Prudence if she needs help to cry, and she says yes. He then kisses her and gobbles up more of her tears. He then informs Prudence that her vial is now full.
It is done.
But Prudence didn't hear a word he said, as she's still wet from the kiss.
You kissed me.
Only because it was necessary.
Necessary?
Yes. Fill the vial.
Hey man, I'm starting to like this dude right here because it's all business and not pleasure with him. He like, girl, I kissed you cause it was necessary for me to fill up the vial. Don't think I like your ass or anything, cause I really don't. The tears is the only thing I'm here for. And oh yeah, let yourself out with your goofy ass. Nah, he ain't really say all that, but it's most certainly implied as he tells her to leave from his premises ASAP.
I thought you cared about me.
Goodbye, Prudence.
Hey, that boy got another one that quick. Bro, he a real one. He ain't playing no kind of games out here. This causes Prudence to lose her rabbit ass mind, and she goes back into his chamber of sorrows in order to take her tears back. In the process of her doing this, she knocks down some of his tears. This alerts the tear man, and he comes into the room and tells Prudence to let go of her tears as there's too much sadness in the world.
Prudence, there's too much sadness in the world already. Please let go. Leave me and my tears.
When she runs out the room, he stops her at the front door and tells her that she must forget about him as her tears are all that he can take from her.
I want you to understand.
I understand. All you ever wanted was my tears.
Your tears are all I can take from you. You must forget me.
Hey, imagine if it was her poo nanny instead of her tears. Like, this boy would be a certified pimp, and she would probably be a certified Lorena Bobbitt Jr. She better be glad he didn't violate her in that way. And on top of that, he paid her good money just to cry. So what is she even upset about? Like, girl, every man ain't gotta want you. She then runs into the street and almost gets hit by a taxi cab, leading to her tear vial breaking. A man then hops out the cab to see if she's okay. The man asks Prudence, was that anything of value that got destroyed, as he'll be willing to replace it? And she really responds by saying it was valuable to her. But once the vial breaks, she isn't sad anymore, and that's because the guy in the cab starts hitting on her.
Did he ever tell you you've got a wonderful smile?
Well, not recently, no.
Well, you do.
Aww, all she needed was some attention from a man, cause she was cheesing hecka hard when he put the mag moves on her. But what's weird about this is that this episode doesn't really tell us if she's cured or not, because the tear man said once the vial is full, she'll be cured, but he didn't say what would happen if it breaks. I guess since he filled it up, that's all that matters, I guess. And what's gonna happen when this man right here breaks her heart? Is she going to excessively cry again? Who knows? But what I do know is that this was a fire episode of Tales from the Dark Side. Like, I remember watching this one right here when I was a youngin', and I also remember that I was always creeped out by the weird tear man. Like, bro, this man just looked creepy. But as I got older, I realized that this boy right here was a player. Like, how he just maxed out on Prudence and then got another one coming over his crib. Like, that's Max stuff right there. You understand what I'm saying? Because he don't collect men tears, he collect women tears, goddamn me. But yeah, y'all, with all that being said, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section below. And you already know I'm gonna be coming with more horror show episodes on the channel, man. Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone, all that good stuff, bro. It's so many of these shows that I ain't even covered. You know what I mean? I still gotta get back on Goosebumps. You know, it's finna go crazy over here, bro. So if you want more of these videos, I'm gonna need you to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. And with all this being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. GB signing out.